So welcome all of you. We will have the brief description of all the schedules and demonstrations that you are going to complete during your RAWE in the rural area within the span of 10 weeks. So for this purpose, agricultural entomology, which is included in the plant protection interventions, has to be completed within that time period, concurrent with all the other activities going on in the field during the RAWE program. So first of all, we'll see the schedules now. First of all, so what are the schedules for RAWE? So RAWE, that is plant protection interventions, do have agricultural entomology as one of the subjects, and here the RAWE schedule is given into 1. So the data which is required for this schedule is to be collected on daily as well as weekly basis for filling it up in the daily diary, and after that you have to take the summary into this schedule. So first of all, the name of this schedule is monitoring for incidence and determining extent of damage. So you have to monitor the pest in the field of the host farmer, and that field, or it is crop specific, you have to see it. Within this schedule you have to write your name, that is the name of the student, then the name of the farmer, your host farmer, then the name of the crop which you are having the observations of, or the monitoring is done for that particular pest. Next is the variety of that crop used. Next is the area, that may be in acres or generally in hectares, which is easy for calculation. Then the sowing and or transplantation date of that particular crop. Now the table form you have to see within which the data is to be filled. So the table 1 says the monitoring for incidence and determining the extent of damage in the farmer's field. So whatever the crop is in question, you have to find the sucking pest of that crop, the meteorological week number. This is MW number, that is meteorological week. So how the meteorological week starts, that you people are given guidelines by the meteorological department. So whatever the field is, you have to make the blocks of that particular field. Those blocks should be in 5 numbers, means first block, second block, third, fourth and fifth, means there are to be 5 blocks for your observations of sucking pest. Now in the next part, in those blocks you have to select 5 plants, means every block, first block will have plant number 1, plant number 2, plant number 3, plant number 4 and plant number 5. So such selection you have to do it first, and in every block every plant is to be observed, and the leaves, they are to be observed, means top, mid and bottom leaves, they are to be observed for the number of the sucking pests in that particular plot. Now here the average population of the sucking pests you have to just define or calculate. Then you have to just keep the name of that pest with you, means whatever the pest is observed, you have to write the name of the pest here, and maybe in the second observation or second pest in question you will have the name of the pest, means here you may say there are aphids, here you may say there are jassids, you may say thrips, whatever. So on this basis, means you can multiply these blocks. Okay, So block 1, plant 1, you will observe the aphids. For plant 2, again the aphids, means here you will write the data of aphids. Then in the next year you will write the data regarding the jacids, and so on. If you add such columns here, it will be done properly. Now at the last, so each plant number 1 of each block you have to just sum it up and write down the average here. You have to write the average in the blocks or in the cells in front of the average again at the last. Now in the first block you have taken observation of plant number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the average of the first block should be written in this average row of first block. Okay, so plant number 1, plant number 2, plant number 3, plant number 4 and plant number 5, whatever the reading is or whatever the observations you have taken, within that you have to just sum it up and divide it by the number of plants to get the average here for block number 1. Same way in block 2 you have to write the average, block 3 you have to write the average, block 4 you have to write the average, block 5 you have to write the average, and average of all these averages will give you the number of pests present in the plants, and that will define whether that pest is above or below the economic threshold level, and on the basis of this you will write or you will give the control measures to the means the suggestions for the control measures should be given. Then again the second pest, again the block 1 you have to collect the data or write down the observations in this table. Okay, and write the average of it in the block 1, and same way in later one or later parts. Then again you will write the control measures for each. Got this? Now regarding the foliage feeders, earlier we were discussing the sucking pests of those crops which you have taken or which you have considered or which you are monitoring on the farmer's field. Now that particular field or that particular crop will have the foliage feeders. So in the same way you will have the meteorological week number, then the block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the blocks which are prepared or which you have sorted out from the farmer's field. Okay, how the blocks are selected, you know it now in the maybe the extension or other interventions. Now again the percent vigor damage due to infestation of the pest. Okay, percentage vigor damage, how the damage is done directly. Foliage feeders, they are feeding on what? The foliage, right? So these foliage feeders you have to calculate or write the numbers too. You have to write the name of the pest again. In the plant 1 how many pests you have observed, in plant 2 how many pests, plant 3 you have observed, likewise. So this will be on the number of plants, okay, or within the area you may say in square meters or whatever, or within the length of the row. If you are taking, means first block you are having plant 1, or you may say the area or 1 meter row length, if you are taking it, that will come under this, okay, the foliage feeders. Then plant 2, plant 3, 4, 5 and the averages of all in each block, and the average of all the plants in the block. Okay, the names of the pests you can write, and later on according to that you will have the names of those pests and the economic threshold level. So if you are matching it, if it is above the economic threshold level, you should go swiftly or quickly for a suggestion to use some control measure, or if it is less, some other activities should be taken up to keep that pest population below the economic threshold level. Then third is the group of borers. Now what are these borer pests? They are affecting the fruits or shoots of the plant, means you may say the economic product, that is the fruit or the vegetative product or the shoot, or maybe some other part of the plant which is important for having a higher production, means that plant is going to lose its capacity or capability due to the damage done by the borer pest. That borer may bore the fruit, that borer may bore the shoot, or it may bore other areas or other body parts of those plants. That may be the stem, that may be the branches, that may be the uh, other parts. Then again, within the block you have the 5 blocks as discussed earlier. Then you will write the name of the pest, second pest, third pest, then damaged plant part. Now if you are considering uh, the crop, for example brinjal, so the infested plants, okay, or infested fruits, that you may say. First of all we are taking up the fruits, so the infested fruits you will write from the first block, means out of the plants which you have taken. If you say some 5 plants are taken for consideration, then you will have the average, and average means those number of fruits you will count directly, and that will be written here, means how many fruits are damaged or infested, you will write it here. Then later on, how many fruits are there along with, means the infested as well as non-infested fruits, if you are having those fruits, you should write here the number in first block of all those plants that you have selected. Okay, so the number of infested fruits and total fruits. So divide the infested fruit number by total fruit number and multiply it by 100. You will get the percent infestation. I am again repeating this. You have to divide the number of infested fruits by the number of total fruits, and it will give you percent infestation by the pest in the field in that particular block. Now every block will have this percent infestation figure, and you will get the average here. And if that percent infestation is more than ETL, you should take up the management practice, or if not, then you should resort to some other practice which is beneficial and not having direct impact on the economy of that farmer. Likewise, second pest, if you are having, you have to write the infested, then total and percent infestation. This may be the number of shoots, okay, you have taken into consideration of that block of those plants, and the number of plants. Okay, so this will be done for each crop. Okay, every schedule is to be filled in for particular time duration. Okay, you may take the observations weekly. Every week those observations are to be taken up. You have to count the numbers, you have to write the averages. In every block you have to take the observations. Then later on, the schedule second, that is ento second. Here you have to gain the knowledge. Now you are not recommending anything, but you are gaining the knowledge from the farmers or the people working over there in the farms. So what is this? Indigenous technical practices for pests, means indigenous, what we people can get from the farmers is they are using some other methods other than what are taught in your theory, or you may say the curriculum. Those indigenous technical practices the farmers they are utilizing on their own basis, whatever the wit or wisdom they are having and the knowledge they are having of those pests, they are using those methods and containing these pests in the field as well as in their storage structures. Now the table for this is given, the indigenous technical practices, you may say the ITKs, you may call the, or ITPs, followed by the farmers to suppress the pest and the diseases. This you are not telling them, you are just gaining the knowledge from them. You are having a questionnaire, and for those crops, how they are protecting their crops from some different pests. Okay, so they will tell you, and you have to just note them down for the purpose of your knowledge, and also uh, enlightening other farmers too if they are unaware of this practice, and also for your own purpose. So you will have the serial number 1 2 3 4 5 6 likewise in that table, as many as practices you can write. Okay, so here there will be a crop. You can write the names of the crop in which these farmers or those farmers they are using those indigenous technical practices. So indigenous technical practices adopted by the farmer for that crop you can write. Okay, and you should know the effect of that particular indigenous technical practice on the crop and the pest. Means what is the actual effect of that particular indigenous technical practice on the pest or the crop in the field. So how they are protecting their field or how they are protecting their crop is very important. How they are coping up with the losses and how they are reducing those losses, this is to be known from the farmers. You have to ask properly and gain the knowledge. Means old age activities, whatever they are done, this is not related with your highly advanced techniques. These are the techniques which were used by the farmers since time immemorial to protect the crop and their belongings. So these are the two schedules that you have to fill up. Okay, and for this schedule you should go crop wise. So here is the name of the crop, and for those crops you have to take the observations in the meteorological week. So I think you understood this, that you have to take the observations in each week. Got it? Every week there should be one observation of the pest, whatever is present or not in every crop, every meteorological week. So if you are in the village, for plant clinic as well as whatever the rural agricultural work experience. Okay, RAWE, not rural awareness, your rural agricultural work experience and plant clinic. While you are having your activities, you should be finding the meteorological weeks, write those weeks, and every week you will have such observations for each crop and the pest which you have referred or mentioned as being the major pest there. So these are the two schedules, RAWE schedule, entomology or ento 1, and second one RAWE second, ento second, indigenous technical practices for the pest. So I hope you understood regarding the schedules of entomology in the plant protection intervention. Now regarding the demonstrations in plant protection intervention. So in plant protection intervention you have two subjects, agricultural entomology and plant pathology. So here the schedules they have been given for these two subjects. The schedules in plant pathology that you have 1A and 1B, and for entomology your schedule 2A, right? So here the schedule 1A, here the general position of plant diseases in village and disease situation in host farmers field. So you have to write this schedule also in the pathology. So while observing the diseases you can also observe the pests. Then 1B, plant disease management on host farmers field. So one management method or one management practice that should be implemented. How you implement it, that is to be taken up in the schedule, that is path schedule 1B. Now the 2A, this schedule, right, monitoring for incidence and determining the extent of damage, that you have seen into schedule 1, and integrated pest and disease management IPDM of major crops of the host farmer. So under this you will have the schedules completed. Then the demonstrations which fall under the plant protection interventions. So first is the group discussion or farmer field school on the subject or on this topic of IPDM technology for major crops. What is IPDM? Integrated Pest and Disease Management. Integrated Pest and Disease Management. Second, the group discussion on identification of pests and beneficial insects. So you have to have a brief discussion in the group for identification of pests and beneficial insects. So this is very important, as the farmers, they are to be given the knowledge of how every pest looks, and they should be having the monitoring done on or by themselves in the field regarding the pest, and they should also not misunderstand the pest and the beneficial insects. So both are to be discussed at once. So they should be given the means they you should put in front of them the difference between the pest and the beneficial insect, and you should make them observe these pest, observe these beneficial insects. You should just distinguish between them and tell them the importance. So in this, the group discussion should be there. Then third one, demonstration on seed treatment. Maybe the chemical or biological substances you should use, or biological bioagents you should use for the demonstration of seed treatment for major crops of host farmers. Here some biological, you may have some fungus, or you may have some bacteria, and along with that it should be used for, or that may be a biopesticide. Okay. Then fourth, assessment of economic threshold level and damage due to pests and diseases and their control measures. So assessment of economic threshold level, as I have told you earlier, from the observations that you are taking from the field, in those observations only you are going to get the data for your schedules. Okay, within those schedules you can do this assessment of economic threshold level. I have told you how the control measures you are taking up after knowing the ETL only, and that ETL is to be conveyed to the farmer. If it is misunderstood, if the ETL is misunderstood, the farmer may take up the management practices before the ETL, and that will increase the cost of cultivation or plant protection charges for the farmer. So first of all you should assess the economic threshold level, and then you should give the recommendation if you have, and later on you should assess this ETL and damage, right, and diseases, and you should then give the control measures for all those pests and diseases. Then fifth one, here some numbering is problematic. Demonstration on handling, use and maintenance of agrochemicals and spraying and dusting equipment. So safe handling and proper use and maintenance of agrochemicals should be done in front of the farmer by following all the instructions, all the procedures that are very important, you may say, for the safety of the farmers by themselves, or safety of the laborers who are having those activities done in the field. Then this is very important topic, as all of you know, the agrochemicals, they are you may say a boon also, and if they are not handled properly, they are proving to be a curse. Okay, irreversible curse. Then demonstration on identification and control of storage grain pest. These storage grain pests, they should be shown to the farmers. Again, what the damage is done, that should be also conveyed, and how you are going to implement the control measures for these storage grain paste, stored grain paste. Next demonstration is on preparation and application of neem seed extract or neem seed kernel extract. You have to prepare, and that neem seed kernels you have to collect in advance. Now the neem seeds, the fruits, you may say, of neem plant, they are falling on the ground, okay, in the field. So you should collect these neem seeds, and almost 7 to 8 kilograms of neem seeds will be required for means wet neem seeds, they are required for making up 5 kilograms of dried neem seeds. Okay, those neem seeds which are wet, they will lose the moisture, and later on you will get dried neem seeds. The moisture will just deplete and the weight will reduce. So think of this, right? If you are collecting only 5 kg wet neem seeds, so its weight will reduce by 1 or 1.5 kgs, then you will get only 3.5 kilograms of neem seeds. So to avoid this, if you are making 5% neem seed kernel extract, which is generally recommended, you will require 5 kilograms of neem seeds, right? Neem seed powder. So for that you collect 7 to 8 kgs of neem seeds for making 5 kgs of dried neem seeds, and preparing 5% neem seed extract there. Next is the demonstration on preparation of spray solution. Demonstration on preparation of spray solution and spraying in the field. So demonstration how you are preparing those chemicals, chemical solutions in the field for spraying. Okay, that care to be taken, the calibration of that particular chemical or the spray, and how you have to use it in the field. Okay, so precautions are also to be told, and nearly the demonstration on handling, use and maintenance of agrochemicals. Okay, and this spraying and dusting, that can be also done along with this demonstration on preparation of spray solution and spraying in the field. Then next is the demonstration or group discussion on apiculture. For this you have to do a demonstration, okay, of handling the honeybee colony or beehive in that field if it is available there, and again have a group discussion on apiculture. All of you are aware what apiculture is, what its importance is, and you should just handle it with care and enlighten or give the information to the farmers on apiculture. So all of you are knowing the honeybees, they are very important in the whole world, as they are very good pollinators, and different products we are gaining from those honeybees. Then demonstration on preparation and use of Vertex mixture. This is a part of your pathologic or plant protection intervention second, that is pathology, plant pathology. Vertex mixture or Vertex paste you have to take up. You should prepare first. Okay, the concepts should be prepared first, and then the preparation of this mixture and the paste should be done. So you can address the basic cause, or you can address the management to the farmers properly. Then demonstration on production technology of BGA, Azolla, etc. Means these are the biofertilizers. They should be prepared or produced by the farmers on their own. That should be shown to them. So these are the farm technologies that you can say it as well as get it done on the field of the farmer for the purpose of its easy availability to all. Then demonstration of mushroom production technology. Demonstration of mushroom production technology means here you are utilizing the farm waste for producing the mushrooms, so that can be also done, and along with that the farmers will gain the knowledge of mushroom production. And the next the last one is knowledge and utilization of apps. Okay, the Android apps or iOS apps that you have, those should be communicated with the farmers. You should give them the knowledge how to use it, and you should also tell the utility, that is the importance of those apps in seeking the information about plant protection measures. So you should be in touch with the ICR website always for gaining this knowledge, and again the state agriculture universities for the purpose of knowing those apps and tell those to the farmers to use it. They get the predictions on it, they gain the knowledge on it, means they can observe the pests and diseases, they can have the ETL levels, there is symptoms and signs they will see, and later on the management practices which are recommended, they will get the recommendations in hand within a very short span. Means they need not go here and there to find the management practices. So these are all the demonstrations and schedules that you have to undergo in entomology, and the demonstration list is common for plant protection intervention, means agriculture entomology and plant pathology. So I hope you will do it very nicely for the purpose of the farmers. Thank you.